Michelle, my wife, who's not here, she was trying to find support for me because I was 34 when I was diagnosed, although I was born with a heart condition, so it's a little bit of a longer story, but 34 when I was diagnosed with my aortic valve. With, I forget how it was said, but it was pretty severe at the time, and we were diagnosed only because we were trying to get more life insurance for our second child, so it's kind of fortunate that things didn't get worse. And she found valvereplacement.com as a way to support me, or find some support for me, because we're living in Vermont, and I was a serious bike racer at the time, and it was very helpful to help make certain decisions about what valve to get and so forth. And then I was just communicating with different people on the website, and kind of gravitated to Mark because he was very vocal about certain things and helped me out. And I just gave him a call. I said, hey, you know what we should do? We should get together, because Burlington has a really great relay marathon. It's a big marathon, but the relay is the way that the community gets involved locally, because there's not that many marathons. There's quite a few, but it's not, like all kinds of different companies do relay marathons for the Burlington Marathon. And so I thought maybe we could get a couple people together, and Mark and Hugh and Laura and Christine, who is not here. Christine she had a more severe heart history than any of us, with holes in her heart and all kinds of things. They just volunteered and came up to Burlington, and we got together and had dinner in the backyard, and they all went home like the next day, and it just kind of started something that other people like Tom and other people I was just talking to really picked up and moved forward. For me, it's really still social. We're talking about a lot of different opportunities with not-for-profit to educate and research, and I wouldn't want that to get in the way of. I wouldn't want that to hinder people from thinking they don't want to come to just get together. That's really what it's always been about for me, and just meeting all these wonderful people. It's an amazing group of people.
And what does it mean to you to be able to keep active and have that support?
Well, yeah, it's been getting harder. I'm getting more further up in my company, and my kids are getting older, and I go in phases where I can exercise and phases when I don't exercise, and it's really. I know it's super important. I know it is. My recovery time for my valve, I can't really articulate it, but I've always had physical debilitations with my heart or with my feet or with my eyes or with different things. And I gravitated to bike racing, and I was a pretty good bike racer when I was in my late 20s. Now I'm in my late 30s, and I have to make do with what I can do. But it's more of a way to find like-minded people than really to be cardiac athletes, but just people that you already have something in common with. And then you can kind of go from there. And of course, you don't really have that much in common with them, because some people are 60 and some people are 30, and athletes mean so many different things to so many different people. So, I don't know. Hopefully that's something, but it's been amazing just to see it grow. And some of the same people and some new people, and Lars is fascinating. I've never even really been to his website yet, and I checked in on my iPhone when I was listening to him talk. It sounded so fascinating. But for me, I just like to get to know other people and see where they've come from.
So how many years has the cardiac athlete?
How many years? What?
Has it been going on?
I don't know when he started the website. Oh, this group was 2005. We did Burlington, and then Mark did Akron, and then Laura did New Jersey, and then last year Dave and Tom did it in Corning, and now this year in Harrisburg, which is kind of a central location, and this race has a certain heart trend towards it. So it's been 5 years.
So does that, like every year, just kind of take it on? Or like
Well, I started it. It was no big deal because 4 people came up, and believe it or not, it was hard enough to get Laura to call me back, and hard enough to get Laura to register. And then Mark did it the next year, and there was maybe 20. And then it's grown so big that it can no longer be one person. Tom and Mike and Dave have done so much, and I tried to help a little bit this year, but they've done so much. It's getting to the point where there's 60 people involved, and it can no longer be just one person. And Mark rented a tent, and he had people, and he bought all the food, and then it's gotten past the point where it can be one person, and it's pretty exciting.